Hello everyone, I'm making a video to show you my cool font library thingy that I've made here. So this is the sort of thing you can do with it. You can see it's got all the stuffs of normal text labels and whatnot, but it's a custom font. So the way it works is first you're going to have to download the jar file, which I will have in the description of this video. And when you get that, come in a zip file called RBX font mapgen. So just take that and we'll put it on the desktop and then extract that. Okay, and then when we open this up, which is right here, we can now run this jar file. So you'll have to have Java installed on your computer. And then from here, we select the font we want, any font that's installed in your computer, so you can install a custom font. Just download it off of some font website and install it onto your computer. You can look up how to do that online, and then it should show up in here. I don't know which font I should use here. Could do Papyrus. So then choose a font size. So we can do, let's say, 26, sure. And let's do 24 actually. And then we'll do generate font map. So you can see this is the image it creates, and this is some text it generates, just some of the code it needs for the whole system to work. So from here you can also see like it created a .json file, which is what this formatting is. So if you open up this file, it has the same content as this right here. And if you open up this PNG, it's this same image here. So now what we do with this is we go to roblox.com, go to the develop page, and then go to decals, and then we choose a file, and then we navigate to that folder that we have, so right here, and we upload the PNG file, and we can refresh this page, and then open up this the decal that is created, and then go up to the URL here, and we need to get the image. We're on the decal right now, we need to get the image. So to do that, you subtract 1 from the ID number here and press enter. And we got lucky this time, we're on our image. Sometimes you'll find that it doesn't get you your image. If that happens, just subtract again and keep doing that until it works. But we got it the first try, so we're good. Now from here, go to the little icon here, the gear icon, click configure this image, and then we go back to here and click copy to clipboard and select the description and paste it, Control V or right click paste, and save. And now, as you can see, our ROBLOX image has this description on it. This description on it right here, which is what the program will need in ROBLOX. So now, if we want to use this font in our game, we can just copy this ID right here, and then go back into ROBLOX Studio, and in here I'll just place this here for now, and I'll explain what's happening later, but just so you can see, I'll paste this here and hit play solo, and we have an error. That's interesting. Sorry guys. I forgot to change something, so this should be Papyrus. That should be 24. So we have our Papyrus size 24. That was just a mistake I made, so we will do that, and if we run it, now we have the Papyrus font. And it's all fine and dandy. So, I would go over how the coding works. So I'll make a new script, and I'll disable this one first. So this works, it works client side even with filtering enabled. You can obviously it makes more sense to do this on the client since you're no, changing's you're just changing GUIs and stuff. You should usually do GUIs on the client, but yeah, it'll work with FE enabled, so it's quite nice. So first things first, we need to get the we need to require the font library module. So wherever you've got this in your workspace, we have it there. So we'll just do font library equals require dot font library. Okay, so that should get that, and then we need to require the extended text label module. Font library dot extended text label. Okay. So now, if we want to make a new label with custom fonts on it, we can just do extended text label dot new. So local label equals. If we already have a text label object in our game and we want to just base this text label, this new one, off of it, we can put that in here. So let's say there was one in dot screen GUI dot label. Then it would take, if there was a text label in here called label, it would take that and it would make a new extended text label out of that class. So it would keep all the properties of this, but it would be an extended text label. Okay, so now with this text label, we can do anything we can do with a normal text label, like the normal Roblox text labels. We can do it right here with our extended text label. So we can set its parent. I usually do that last with my things. We can set its name. And we can set its font. Now with fonts, instead of doing enum.font.source sans, we actually just give it a string with this, with extended text label. So that's one thing that's changed with this. And this should be the font name. So we could call it Papyrus, for example, like the one we just uploaded. But this needs to know what Papyrus is. So to do that, first we need to load it. So we would do font library load font, and then we would give it the ID of our image, and this would load Papyrus into here. And now we need to give it a font size as well, so we can do the font size. And again, instead of we're doing enum.font size.size 12 or 24 in this case, we would actually just do 24. And the way that the system works is the font library will store, when you load a font, it will store that font in this fonts list here. It'll create an array for each font you load, which contains sizes of the sizes you load. So this one is size 24, right? And so currently the font library only has size 24 Papyrus loaded. But let's say we made another one which was some other number and it was Papyrus size 12, then we could actually do this too. If you don't give it a number here, it will just find the first size that's related to Papyrus. So it's not strictly necessary if you only have one, but it's a good idea to do that to keep it organized. Okay, and if we were to, we should reparent it, should probably give it a position. All the properties work the exact same as they usually do. And if we hit play, and you can see all the colors and everything, they're just the default. So if I went into my GUI here, so if we changed its size a bit, you see it's the same colors and everything because we didn't give it a thing, so it's just a basic text label. all of the properties like text X alignment, text Y alignment, all of that sort of thing works. And in my other thing here, I sort of use lots of them. I use mouse enter events, mouse leave events. I use the tween position method. I clone it down here. So, and then you can change the text at any time. You don't have to worry about anything like that. So it works. It all works pretty smoothly. One thing to note is, as I was changing the size here, that worked, but you shouldn't be changing. You shouldn't be doing like game.players dot player1 dot player GUI dot string GUI dot example dot text equals hello, because now you're telling the frame to change it. So this does a bit of tricky cool coding in the background. So you're saying label.name equals that, but it's not really doing exactly label.name, because that wouldn't work. So you have to keep it in code like this. You can't just do it relative to objects in the workspace. So that's something to keep in mind if you're coding with these. That is about it. If you look in the font library class, it's got all of its methods laid out with documentation for each of them, so you can see what goes on. One nice one is list fonts. It'll list all the current installed fonts and their respective sizes. And another nice one is get char width and get string width, which will return the length of a string or a character inside of that font, which is quite helpful when you're coding things. So, and then the other thing is, in the extended text label class, there's a bit of documentation up at the top here to tell you how it works. One other thing I forgot to mention is actually this. A few properties of the text label class are not actually supported by this extended text label class, and those are text scale, text stroke color 3, which are the same thing really, and text stroke transparency. So basically text scaled and text stroke. The reason text scaled isn't in there is because I can't guarantee how many font sizes will be uploaded, because that's up to the user. And the reason text stroke isn't supported is because I couldn't figure out a way that would actually make it look good. One reason being that when you resize images, image GUIs in ROBLOX, it looks really bad. So, but yeah. That's about it.